Mr. Governor, and to Nigeria as a whole, I have this message regarding the protection of school children. A lot of kidnapping is ongoing. And at this period of the year, this is a period of the year where a lot of things negative are happening around the lives of kids. And many times they happen when children are either being taken to school or being picked back from school. There are communities where a lot of events that affect the safety of children are at highest point. Let me center my message on Delta State. This message is to the governor of Delta State. My dear governor, all respectful greetings to you and your good cabinet with the good work they are doing. I want us to look into the issue of the protection of school children. Of late, there have been missing children in many communities, of which some kings even came out to announce and make pronunciation of curses on those that are perpetuating the acts of stealing or kidnapping people's children. Those ones has happened in Agbaru and some other nearby communities. Then, as a body of other things that centered or hovers around protection of children, school children, this one from school and going to school. What I really want to talk about with the government of the state and other states on the issue of protecting our children that are being taken to school in school buses. Let there be a law that will serve as a guide as to how many children buses will be taken to school. Out of this sheer mindset of making a lot of money from every angle of money making from parents, many schools, they accommodate a lot of children to be taken by just one bus, one school bus to the school, to and fro. You will see maybe a coastal bus carrying up to 100 pupils or close to. Some of them, they lap each other while some will be standing in the bus. You see them as if they are refugees in the bus, and all those ones that are ganked up inside, that are so packed in that bus, all of them are paying the same amount. Instead, when the bus they have is already filled up to the number of people that can be taken by that bus, they still end up collecting money from parents. And at the end, you see these children packed in like sardine to school and back from school. Some children, you will be surprised that children that stays not too far away from the school, when the school closes at 4 o'clock, yet some of them get back home close to 8 o'clock in the night, because they will first of all start dropping the children off from the farthest point. I am a living witness, and I know what exactly I'm saying. There was a time my son, whom I will not mention the school, from the school to where I stay, if the school bus have to come and drop my son direct, it won't take more than, considering the hold up that happens around that axis at that material time when the road was yet to be widened, it won't take more than an hour. If they close by 4, that child should be at home by latest 5:30. But behold, I realized that my son used to get home in that school bus sometimes by 10. The one that struck my head was the day they dropped off my son at 11:30 midnight, close to midnight. I was mad. After a series of calls upon calls, my head was already almost blown off. Behold, when my son came down from the bus, when I saw him, tears almost cascaded down my cheeks. That was the day I put a stop to that bus. Now, the bus will first of all travel to go and drop children from a very far place. It's quite a lot of mess. And they will be packed in like sardine. I told my son, you are no longer going to join this bus. He's not a kid. He was not even a kid at that time. He can be able to take Okada or Keke back home. Because of the nature of that road, we don't like, once you succeed driving through that hold up, you won't go back. Or when there are just a lot of mess that time until the road was fixed. So the packing in of children in their high numbers in one bus may amount to a child transferring a communicable disease across all the pupils or students in that bus. After I considered a lot of things that is possible to happen from that their operational system that I feel is so odd, none of my children I have after then registered in any school to be taken by bus again. Because another of my son that I equally registered, I later terminated that issue of school bus, because what may happen is more disadvantageous than the advantage attached to school bus taking children to school. I think certain things need to be put in place for the protection of children. Apart from that, because of this high number of packaging of children in the school bus, accident is not something that we can put aside. When it happens, if it happened to happen, it will be a disaster, a terrible disaster. When they are not so packed in the bus, if a minor accident happens, it will just be minor injuries that will be sustained. But when they are highly packed together, fatality is prone to happen. No matter how small the accident might be, fatality, because heads will be hitted against heads, and heads, something terrible must happen. So I am imploring, I'm begging on government to initiate guiding rules for private schools in how buses will be taking people's children to and from schools. Let government look into this for the protection of our children that are going and returning back to their parents from schools. It's just my idea, and I think the government will see it good enough to look into for consideration for the necessary action to be initiated with private school owners. Thanks so much for watching and listening. I implore the governor of the state, because I believe he is a Toknadu governor. Thank you so much. God is always there watching over our children.